Dear students, today I'm going to discuss the Summit Within summary which has been written by HPS Ahwalia. Major Haripal Singh Ahluwalia is an Indian mountaineer, author, social worker, and retired Indian Army officer. During his career, he has made contribution in the field of adventure, sports, environment, disability, and social work. He is the 16th Indian man and 21st man in world that climbed Mount Everest. He was born 6 November 1936, Pakistan, nationality Indian. Now, here it is given that education he has taken St. George College, and he has written several books: Higher Than Everest, Memoirs of a Mountaineer, Faces of Everest, more. He got several awards: Padma Shri, Padma Vibhushan, and Arjun Award. Students, before I start this lesson, The Summit Within, first I want to explain the title of lesson. When we read this lesson, the writer was a member of the team that reached the summit of Mount Everest. It was a great achievement, but he did not feel vain or heroic. He felt that his conquest of Everest was merely a physical experience. My dear student, there was another summit within every person. It was his own mind. One has to climb it also to get fuller knowledge of oneself. This exercise is difficult. It also changes one, as does standing on the summit of Mount Everest. Now, summary. The first successful expedition to Mount Everest. HPS Ahwalia was one of the members of the first ever successful team that reached the top of Mount Everest in 1965. The lesson discusses his emotions and moods on reaching the top of the summit. On reaching the top, HPS Ahluwalia shares his sense of joy and triumph at being among the first ones to reach the top. Besides these two natural emotions, there was also a lot of humility, for they thanked God for making it possible. HPS Ahluwalia was, however, surprised that sadness was also reflected in his sentiments on having accomplished the feat. Even when the joy lasted a lifetime, there was a deep sense of sorrow because the ultimate goal had been attained. There was a certain sense of vacuum and aimlessness that had replaced the earlier objectives, and there would be nothing higher to climb, and all roads hereafter would lead down. HPS Ahluwalia talks about one of the three qualities that learns. HPS Ahluwalia asks himself a number of questions. He examines the enthusiasm behind reaching the top, why one wishes to reach the top and one has done so. It becomes an event that happened in the past, whose memory would fade away with every passing day. Then he realizes that reaching the top of the mountain helped him to become aware of the second summit, the summit of mind. Climbing the mountains means to overcome the obstacles that are both physical and mental. One requires endurance, persistence, and willpower to do so. Remember, my dear student, endurance, persistence, and willpower is necessary in any field if you want success. Mountains are nature at its best, and they force you to acquire all these three qualities. Climbing the Everest, which is the highest and the mightiest, every bit of your personality is challenged. It requires great force and power. But according to Ahluwalia, it is also a way for communication or spiritual unity with God. He discusses how the passage onward and backwards are both equally difficult, and during every moment when you risk your life, you remember God and thank Him for every breath that you breathe. The smallness of human beings in the universe and concern of fellow climbers. According to writer, climbing up the top is one of the life-changing experiences. From the top, one does not just see the other smaller peaks but also realizes his own smallness, the largeness of the universe. It reaches one of the lesson to rise above the usual pettiness. Therefore, the experience is not just physical but emotional and spiritual. In the face of death, every moment one becomes more and more conscious of life. One erroneous move of a climber can also affect his fellow climber or climbers and vice versa. You are therefore always struggling for you and the life of your fellow climber. You become more and more conscious of the needs of your fellow climbers. You climb or descend always, but usually it enables you to move onward. You draw inspiration from each other. Reaching the top, one experiences the ultimate form of reverence for God. Every climber left a picture or a symbol of God on the mountain peak. Ahluwalia left the picture of Guru Nanak, while his companion Rawat placed the picture of goddess Durga. Others too similarly left relic or symbols of Buddha, Christ, and so on. Writer talks of the summit of the mind, which is equally important to be climbed. To become more aware, equally important here it is given of oneself to gather more knowledge about the interior workings of our mind. And nobody but only we on our own could do it. He discusses how the effects of both the climbs are the same. They teach you lesson that last a lifetime. Now at last I want to clear that they have a challenging beauty and majesty. A climb to its summit makes one experience physical, emotional, and spiritual fulfillment. By climbing the internal summit, as the author discovers, one can get fuller knowledge of oneself. In all, the climber gets the inspiration to face life's ordeals with determination.